Hey everyone, it's Michelle.
And Brandy.
And this is Spooky Shit. So this week we're going to be talking about psychics and mediums.
And then I'm going to talk about the difference between them.
And then I'm going to be telling the story of Etta Smith and then like a random Reddit story.
Oh yeah, I have two little random stories too.
Yes. It's going to be a weird order today because you'll see.
Yeah.
Warning. This episode may contain graphic details. Listener discretion is advised.
But most importantly, how are you doing, Brandy?
I'm really tired actually.
Oh. Yeah, why? Well, first of all, we're recording in the morning. We never record in the morning.
Yeah,
We're just busy. Saturday morning. We usually record Thursday evenings or afternoons. So late to the game. This episode's literally going to come out in barely 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But no, it's just because we've been going to the gym every morning before work.
How is it? How's the gym?
The first 2 days really sucked because like
no, I feel
like anybody that knows me knows that I'm like a bear, bro. I like to sleep. And so it was kind of hard.
That's why whenever you said you're going before work, I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah, we get up, well, because we have to be at work by 7.
Yeah.
But I live like 30 minutes away from work. So we have to leave the house no later than like 6:20 because of traffic-ish.
Mm-hmm. What about with the gym, though? Are you waking up at like 5?
4:45.
No. Why don't you just go after work?
No, because we both agreed to it's better in the morning.
Mm-hmm. No one's there?
Yeah, no one's really there. And like, I don't know, just after work, like we get lazy because we're tired from work, you know? And we always...
That's true.
We tried that in the past and we would always like stop going.
Oh, you wouldn't stick to it.
And then especially because like our friends would always want to hang out and stuff like after work and like
get it, you're popular.
Okay, not even like that. Like the 5
Everyone always wanted to hang out with us.
No, but I mean, like yesterday we hung out with Alaris's cousins and stuff, so it's like we probably wouldn't have gone if we didn't go in the morning, you know.
That's very true.
But yeah, I was just really sore the first 2 days, and then I kind of got used to it towards the end of the week.
What kind of exercise are you doing? Are you working on like your whole body or like legs, or what were you doing?
Yeah, I was doing a little bit of everything. Like I would do because we were technically only there for like 45 minutes because we would wake up at 4:45 and then leave the house or like get over there by like 5 something.
Yeah.
And then we leave the gym at like 5:45, like 5:50, just to come back so we could like shower and get ready for work.
Oh, you don't even shower at the gym? You drive home?
Yeah.
Well, you guys are wild.
Like 2 minutes away.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's fucking crazy. Our gym's like 15 minutes away. So I was like, what the fuck? That's insane.
We literally live down the street from it.
Oh, okay, easy.
Yeah. So it's whatever. But I do a little bit of everything. I like run on the treadmill, do a little cardio for like 10-15 minutes depending. And then I just go around to different machines, like
I love the
doing
machines.
Legs or arms. And actually, I think on Thursday I try to, I don't know what it's called, but it's that like handlebar one where you sit down and you bring it and it like works out your back.
Oh, something pull down, I think.
I think so, something like that.
Robert knows all the names, I don't.
But I was like, I started when we were leaving the gym because that was the last one I did.
Yeah.
And we were leaving the gym and I was just like, guys, like I tried that machine and I was like, I felt some back muscles I didn't know I had.
You're like, oh shit.
I was like, whoa. It was like
scientific discovery.
Yeah. It was funny though, because I literally like when I was like pulling that, I was like, oh shit, like that's a tiny little muscle, I feel.
It's so funny. I'm glad you're enjoying the gym.
I know, it's weird. It was actually my idea too, didn't I tell you?
I think you did.
And I'm like notorious for being super lazy.
I feel like you've spoken of it much on this podcast. Everyone else is going to be like, oh, damn, look at Brandy go.
I know. But it's actually not that bad. Like,
Machines are fun.
Yeah, they're not. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, I think the hardest part about the gym is actually going to the gym, because when you're there, it's easy and it's like enjoyable and you feel nice. I mean, it doesn't feel nice to be sweaty, but it's just like actually getting up and going is like, ugh.
Yeah, that's the only part that it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
That's the part I struggle with. Like, Alaris wakes me up and I like still lay there for like 5 minutes and she's like, come on.
Yeah, it's basically like the middle of the night when you guys are waking up.
Yeah, the ass crack of dawn.
The ass crack of dawn, you say. Do you guys, is there like any people there whenever you go, or are you the only ones there?
No, there's actually quite a few people.
Oh, shit.
Like, it's not packed, but
yeah,
there's a decent amount.
Do you guys wear masks when you're there?
No.
Yeah, that's something that one of the reasons we put our gym memberships on hold is Robert, like, we're pretty sure he had COVID last year, and it was like making his breathing really hard because I guess he has asthma. I know I found that out for the first time last year, but so he's like scared of getting it again, but also like working out with a mask on is hard for him. So we're like, oh shit, we don't really want to go without a mask because we go in the afternoon when everyone and their fucking mom is there.
No, yeah, I mean, I guess it's still kind of a choice. Like, they're not, it's not mandatory. You could wear one, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
And I personally don't want to work out with a mask on if I don't have to.
It's really hard. I don't mind machines, but whenever I'm doing any sort of cardio, it's just like my mask like sticks to my face because I'm so hot and I'm like, ugh.
That's nasty.
Yeah. I'm glad you all have that visual now. But I wanted to say, Brandy, you inspired me to go on a run last week after we recorded.
Hell yeah.
I only went on one run, but it's more than I would have.
Yeah, it's something. It's a start.
Because it was a nice, cool day, and now we're going through another heat wave, so I'm like, fuck that.
I know. That's another reason. It's just too damn hot. And like, we talked about how cranky I fucking get. So I'm like, I'd rather do it in the morning, like, get it over with.
Yeah, and the gym has AC.
Yeah.
Better than walks.
Exactly.
I wish we lived closer to a gym and that no one went to it so we could not wear masks and not feel like sketched out. People are fucking like breathing on everything and it's nasty. There's some nasty people at our gym.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, it's me now. I'm the nasty one.
I go to Planet Fitness and like, even before COVID, they always had the thing where you had to wipe down the machine.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I always did that, to be honest. I'm an asshole. Whoops. I will if it looks way. I think I don't work out as hard as I'm supposed to because I don't sweat as much as I should and I finish faster than I should. But I'm like, I feel like my body physically cannot do any more weight.
I mean, that's starting. I feel like that too sometimes. Well, like the first few days I was like dripping in sweat. And then the other days, because I was really sore, I wasn't like working as hard.
Yeah.
But I was still trying, because I was like, at least I'm doing something.
That's true. Something's better than nothing. I like your Stitch mug. Is it a rainbow Stitch?
Yeah.
That is very cute.
Oh, it's actually, I bought it for my sister, but I really like it, so...
It's yours now.
I use it a lot.
It's basically yours.
Yeah, it's basically... Because we saw it, I think, at TJ Maxx. They have a lot of nice mugs. And they had a bunch of Disney ones. And I saw that one. And then I was like, oh my god.
Oh my god, it's a rainbow Stitch.
And then,
Stitch is gay.
Yeah, Laris was like, oh, let's get it for your sister. And I was like, I liked it for me, but okay.
You should just bought two. I'm like,
I know, they didn't have another one.
Oh, shit.
I mean, they did have another Stitch rainbow one, but it was, like, different. And
you should have gone her the one that you didn't like, and you kept that one.
I didn't think about that.
That would have been really funny.
I have hella mugs too.
Oh, do you? Yeah. Do you like collect mugs as well as hats?
Yes.
We have like a little mini mug collection, but we just get them whenever we're like out of town. Whenever we went on our road trip, like to national parks last year, we got a fuck ton of mugs. But Robert says that we don't need to get one at Disneyland because it's not like a big trip. We go there fairly often. But it sucks because they have so many cool mugs.
Yes, a bunch of mine are from Disney.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they have so many cool mugs.
I have, I don't even know how many Star Wars ones.
Really?
I have this black one, and it's all shaped kind of like a goblet.
Okay. That's fucking cool.
Almost like a wine glass.
Oh my gosh.
It's dope.
Fancy.
And then Alaris got me one that it's actually like the same kind of style as this one. It's just white and like spotted.
Yeah.
But it's Mandalorian.
Oh fuck yeah.
And then I have another. I have two Baby Yoda ones.
Of course you do.
And then I have.
Do you have a Groot one?
I do.
Of
it's
course.
A Groot's head.
I knew it.
Wait,
it's his head? That's so cute.
Yeah, it's literally like his face.
Oh my gosh.
And then I have Baymax too.
Yes.
I have.
Oh, wait, is it the white one that's like just his face?
Mm-hmm.
We saw that and I was like, I want this fucking mug so
dude,
bad.
Nice.
It's so cute.
I love it. I also have like some other Star Wars one. I have like a Stormtrooper one. I have.
Oh shit.
Actually, I have 2 Stormtrooper ones.
Dang, Randy.
Dude, yeah,
one
I have
wasn't enough.
I even have like a Coco one, an Eeyore one.
Oh my god. I'm jealous.
And there's a bunch like in our cabinet. But I actually have like a box downstairs in the garage that
full of mugs.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well,
you need them.
It's the box that we had packed after we moved back in with my mom.
Yeah.
And we just never unpacked it.
Dang, you hate those mugs.
No, I don't hate them. In there.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, I get why Robert's saying we don't need them because we go there all the time, and because after you listed all of those, I was like, I want every single one of those mugs. And I was like, oh, I guess maybe that would be a lot of money on mugs.
It is a lot, but
they're so cool. Disney has some like fucking cool merch there. Yeah. It's great. I saw so many cool puzzles that I like. Oh my god. I like doing puzzles.
I mean, I don't know if I still have the video saved, but like when we lived in our own place, I would display my mugs along with like the little Zoom Zooms.
Zoom Zooms? What are the Zoom Zooms?
They're like little stuffed. They're like little bean bags of the Disney characters.
Oh, I didn't know what they were called, but I do know those. Yeah. Oh, those are so cute.
I mean, not bean bags because you can't sit on them, but you know,
they're just like tiny little beanie babies almost.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Those are.
But they're all shaped the same.
Oh, I like.
But I actually have a whole collection of those too. Well, half of it's Alaris and half of it's mine.
Oh, okay. Well, legally, because you're married, it's all everyone's.
It's both of ours.
Yes.
But like I kind of did it by section. Like I had a Disney section, and then I had like those Zoom Zooms and like my Eeyore cup.
Oh wow!
And then like a Coco cup on the other side, and then the second area was like Harry Potter. And we had like our wands, our movie, and we even had like a pop Funko of Luna.
Dang, dude! I want to see this.
I should look for the video, bro.
Look for the video because I need to see this now. Why don't you have all this shit out now?
Because we don't have enough room.
Oh. Have you guys thought about moving out into your own place, or are you just gonna hang out there for a while?
We want to, but we also want
save money.
Or we just kind of want to save money, and Alaris wants me to get my top surgery first.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't have to edit that out now. What? I like that it's not even you want it. Alaris wants you to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I do want it too, but like, I don't know. I'm not that type of person to like put myself first. You know what I mean? And she's
selfless Brandy over here.
She's the one that pushes me and is like, dude, you gotta do this for you. Because I just get too into my head and I'm like, no, like.
No, you're gonna be a lot happier after it, I'm sure.
I know. And that's why she gets frustrated because like there's days where I'm like super dysphoric and just sad as shit. And she's like, bruh.
She's like, fucking do it.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, what are you waiting for? Just do it. I'm like,
stop spending your money on these Pop Funkos and save.
No. That makes me happy.
Those are still important.
Yeah.
Those help the dysphoria.
Do not take that away.
That's fucking funny. Yeah, whenever you guys like moved back, and especially you talking about all your collections and stuff, I'm like surprised that you'd want to. Because I imagine your place would just be Disneyland in an apartment.
I actually like that, but Alaris likes that more like adultish look.
Adult? Ew.
Yeah, no, she does. Like she likes that like simple like white with the plants. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I kind of like that too, but we have a combination.
I know. I was like, I'm definitely gonna need like my own section where I could just like have it all fucking decked out.
You need to just afford a 2-bedroom, and the second bedroom could just be like the room where we record the podcast and just fucking pimp it
Dude,
out with Disney stuff.
I actually want to do that. Like, I
That'd be
would, if
so
we do
cool.
get a 2-bedroom, like, I would want that room to just fucking be decked out with Disney shit and
Hell
Star
yeah.
Wars and Harry Potter. And I would make
It'd
it
be-
like a game room /
Oh
like
no,
recording
I was
room.
like, it'd be a man cave. Oh
Yeah,
no.
exactly. It'd be my man cave with
Now
a
I don't
bunch
like
of
it
toys.
anymore. As soon as I realized there's a man cave, I was like, oh, I suddenly hate this idea. I know, I can't wait till we get a second bedroom eventually, because I'm like, oh, I could record and not have Robert just listening to me in the background. He hates scary shit, so I'm sure his volume's like all the fucking way up.
That's funny.
Oh, not relevant to anything, but I got another tattoo, everyone. I got a capybara. If you don't know what that is, it's the world's largest rodent. But so cute.
It is cute. You know
Whenever
the other one that's cute? I think it's called a quokka. It's the one that's always
quokka?
smiling.
I don't know what that is, but I'm looking it up right now.
That one's cute as fuck. You're probably gonna get that one next.
Okay, I'm looking it up. Okay, I'm in love. It's also known as the short-tailed scrub wallaby. That's the cutest name I've ever heard in my life.
It's so cute. It's literally always smiling.
Literally the happiest little boy ever. I love it so much. I probably will get that next now.
I know. I was talking to Laris and I was like, "Oh look, Michelle got a new tattoo," and she's like, "What's that?" And I was like, "I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's this animal." And she's like, "Why?" I'm like, "I don't know. 'Cause it's cute."
And I'm like, there's not any deep meaning to it. I just like them and think they're cute. I'm like, okay, Alaris, I know you have a Coraline tattoo as well. What's that about? What's the deep meaning? I know. I was talking about whenever I was getting the tattoo yesterday, I was like, I love when people are like, oh, what do your tattoos mean? And I was like, they look cool. I just like them.
They don't mean shit.
They don't mean shit. I just like art.
That's funny. I know Laris wants to get Deathly Hollows on on her finger.
The ring finger too?
Well, no, I just mean her finger.
Okay, I was like, she's married to Harry Potter. Is this you telling us that you're gonna legally change your name to Harry Potter now?
What?
How fucking funny would that be, though?
That would be funny, but I'm not down.
You're like, no.
I don't know how I feel about being Harry.
You know, you say it like that, and it doesn't sound like a good name anymore. But yeah, whenever I got it, we like went and saw my older sister, and she doesn't have any tattoos. And she saw it, and she's like, "Oh, cute! What is it?" And I told her it's the capybara, and she's like, "What's a capybara?" And I was like, "Oh, it's the world's largest rodent." Just because I don't know what else to say. It's a cute animal that it doesn't really look like a rodent. It's just cute.
You should just say it's a cute little animal.
I should, because I told her it's the world's largest rodent, and she said, "Ew." And I was like, "You could literally see that it's cute right now."
No, yeah, you should just stop referring it as that and just say it's a cute little animal.
I guess I'll have to lie to everyone. I'm like, it's kind of cool that it's the world's largest rodent, though, and you guys are all hater-ass bitches.
That's true. Well, you should say it's a cute little animal, and it's also...
the world's largest rodent.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they were even rodents at first, but it's so cute. So there's pictures of it whenever... There's like some at hot springs in Japan. I don't even know how they got over there because they're from South America. And so the picture I got, Brandy, it's like a capybara submerged in water with little mandarins on its head. This is based on a real image. If you look up capybara with mandarin on head, it's like real pictures of them just hanging on hot springs with a little mandarin on its head.
That's funny.
It's so cute. I really want to go to Japan and see one and cry. Yeah. That's all I've been up to.
Cool.
You ready to start these stories?
Yeah. First, I wanted to ask, did you know there's a difference between a medium and a psychic?
Low-key, no. I kind of thought they're just the same thing, but different words.
I feel like we aren't alone in that. I feel like it
Okay.
is a big misconception that they're the same thing. For the longest time, like I honestly thought they were the same thing. I thought it was like an interchangeable name, but
Yeah.
they're actually quite different.
Oh, so I will have to include both of the names in the episode title.
Yeah.
I was gonna just do one, but if they're actually genuinely different, maybe not.
No, they are different.
Okay.
But yeah. Psychics and mediums are popular because of the benefits they offer. They can bring individuals answers to questions they have or give them closure. So the definition of a medium refers to a person claiming to communicate between the dead and the living.
Oh.
And the definition of a psychic refers to a person who has special powers that cannot be explained by science.
Weird. I thought that it would. That's not the definition I was expecting, actually, for psychic.
Well, what did you expect?
Well, okay. Originally, I guess before I started researching my story as well, because it wouldn't make sense for this, I thought psychic was like seeing into the future. And now, and then reading this, I was like, okay, well, they're not seeing into the future, so I don't know.
I mean, that is a lot of what they do, but they do more.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's just because I'll explain like some signs that, like,
That they could be
show.
psychic.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of what makes them a psychic, and it's more than just seeing in the future.
Okay.
So that's why they're not like.
That's so
That's
weird.
not it's the soul different. It's like they have like these. They call them supernatural powers. So it's like
Yeah.
you can't explain that.
That's true. So, like, by your definition, that means that every medium is also technically a psychic, but not every
Yeah.
psychic is a medium.
Yes.
So, like, every square's a rectangle or whatever the fuck.
Yep. It is exactly like
That's so
that.
weird. Okay.
It's kind of trippy.
Kind of the same, but kind of not.
Yeah, that's why I did see, like, during research, some of them were called, like, psychic mediums.
Oh, really? Like
Yeah.
both?
Yeah.
That's
like,
so cool.
Okay. But yeah, they both have special abilities to communicate with the spirit world. Mediums will mainly help individuals communicate with the dead. They can tap into the afterlife and communicate with spirits. Perhaps there is something you forgot to say to a loved one, or maybe you want to communicate with the other side to seek some answers.
Whoa.
Most of the time, a medium will be able to deliver a message to someone who has passed. So mediums are basically like a bridge between the physical world and the spiritual one.
That's so weird.
Like, literally in the middle.
Oh my god. Can you
Hence
imagine
the
being
name.
dead and just like receiving a call and being like, yo, your friend said, what's up?
Yeah, right? But yeah, there's a few ways that they can communicate with the dead. Often referred to as like channeling.
Oh, fancy.
So yeah. So sometimes the spirits themselves just kind of like send messages to their brain, which then the medium can share with that like certain individual.
That's so weird.
Which is like crazy, like somewhat like it's just weird. And then they also can perform seances.
Okay.
But they usually only do that like when they say the soul is very like timid and like quiet, so they do a seance to kind of like bring them out.
A little shy ghost, so they throw a
Yeah,
party.
basically, a little shy spirit.
Oh.
But yeah, some believe that mediums actually have the power to roam in the spiritual worlds.
That's actually scary. I would not want to be a medium.
Right?
Actually, I guess I wouldn't either. I would want to just be hanging out and then just have spirits sending me messages like, you're gonna die. And I'd be like, oh, fuck. Leave me alone.
It does get a little scarier. They
Of
also
course.
can do, it's called trance channeling, which refers to a technique where the medium allows the spirit to take control of their body in order to
No.
convey their message.
We don't do that around here because it's always a demon.
Exactly. That's what it does say, that it is considered very dangerous and needs supervision.
Yeah, fuck that.
It's crazy. They also do spirit writing or light mediumship. Spirit writing is the medium allowing the energy of the spirit to take control of their body.
Bro.
Which
Bad idea.
is like, I mean, it's not the whole spirit, but just the energy.
I wouldn't want anything taking control of my body,
Right.
though.
I think the more common one is light mediumship. So, light mediumship is when a medium receives the information while they are in a fully conscious state.
Oh, like they're just chilling and they get it and they're like, all right, thanks, spirit.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Like a text message in your brain.
Deadass. So, psychics can also communicate with the spiritual world, but in a different way. These individuals have been given abilities that allow them to establish communication with the living telepathically.
Oh.
Sometimes they
living?
receive visions of the future.
That's what I was thinking.
Yep.
I'm just thinking that's so Raven, really.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah.
But yeah, some abilities that people who have psychic abilities, or what the fuck? I said
Some abilities, but psychic abilities.
Some signs that people who have psychic abilities show are very vivid, detailed dreams, visions of the present, future, or past, which can happen while they're asleep or awake.
Creepy premonitions.
Yeah.
Ugh.
They also can have amazing intuition.
Oh.
Predictions that come true. Yeah, they use their special abilities to advise their clients and mentor them on areas like love, money, or health. And they also say that people are naturally drawn to psychics because of their predictions are accurate most of the time. Not only this, but their senses are heightened. So
Okay.
they can like feel, smell, and see things that other people cannot.
Okay, what the fuck?
Right?
No, thanks.
Like, what?
No.
No.
That's like extra bad ghost sightings because you hear them and can smell them. I'm like,
You're right.
No.
But yeah, this is like the main differences is basically a psychic can read into your future and offer guidance, and a medium can communicate with the dead.
Ugh.
Also, information that a medium shares can be easily verified, as a dead person may share some specific information that only them and the individual know.
Oh,
So
it's easier to confirm.
Yeah, it's easier to confirm than versus a psychic, because most of the time it's more about your future.
Yeah, be like,
So
in 5 years we'll find out they're a liar.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like iffy.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, psychics can see the past, present, and future. Most would work with tarot cards or a crystal ball.
I love crystal balls. They're so cool.
Yeah, they are cool. Psychics are also known as clairvoyants, which is basically one who perceives events in the future or beyond normal sensory contact.
I was wondering if you're going to bring up clairvoyance because I was thinking about Lorraine Warren and how she was a clairvoyant, and I was like, does that mean she's a psychic or a medium, or is that something totally different? So interestingly, you brought it up.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost a nicer way of saying psychic.
It's just a fancy psychic.
It is kind of similar.
Yeah, it's like a subset of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, some famous psychics have included Edgar Cayce, Rose Ann Schwab, and John Elfrith Watkins Jr.
What a fucking name. I know, right? I've never heard them either. Sorry, guys. But I've heard of Lorraine Warren.
Yeah. She wasn't on the list.
Damn, brutal.
But yeah, Edgar Cayce, I guess, is known for being the sleeping prophet because he would meditate and connect with the collective consciousness, and while in a meditative state, he would perform readings.
Oh, creepy.
Yeah.
Ew, he's like sleeping and like reading your fucking future.
Cool. And Rose Ann Schwab is a well-known clairvoyant psychic with a 98% accuracy in her predictions.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I guess her abilities predicted elections, terrorist attacks on the U.S., and natural disasters.
Dang, dude.
I was like, what?
Yeah, we couldn't stop these things? What?
But yeah, some famous mediums are Teresa Caputo, Tyler Henry, and Miss Cleo.
Oh, I almost feel like I've heard of a Miss Cleo.
You probably have.
Okay, I was like, I could just be making that up. I don't know.
You probably have heard of these other ones. You'll see.
Hasn't clicked yet.
Yeah, so Teresa Caputo is known as the Long Island medium.
I fucking knew it.
Yes.
Whenever you're saying that, I might know, and then you're saying their name, I had an image of this woman in my head. Maybe I'm a little psychic, but I was like, I don't know.
she had a show on TLC.
Oh my god, I never watched it, but I would see like ads for it and stuff, you know?
Yeah, I think I've watched a few episodes.
Oh really? Damn.
And Tyler Henry is known as the Hollywood medium.
God damn it. I have heard of him.
He had a show on, I think, E. And he would
I love how all these mediums had their shows.
Visit
people, talk to their dead loved ones.
Yeah.
Damn.
And Miss Cleo is a bona fide legend. She was the most famous psychic in America in the late 1990s.
Oh yeah, I think I've definitely heard of them.
But yeah, I guess she had the most memorable catchphrase. Just call me now.
That's what her vision's telling her. You need to call her now.
Yeah. I guess she had a accent too, like a Jamaican accent.
Ooh.
I read that some people thought it was fake.
Oh shit, that would be fucking hilarious.
Why would someone fake their accent?
It's just to get people to call her now. They're like, wow, she's so exotic.
Call me now. But yeah. So now I'm going to talk about a little story of someone's experience with a medium.
Okay, cool.
It is titled Neckties in the Closet.
Sounds weirdly creepy.
A year and a half or 2 years after my father died, I interviewed a medium for a story. After the interview, we had lunch and he asked if I wanted a reading. I agreed and told him for the most part I wasn't going to confirm or deny anything he said. I didn't tell him about my father dying, though he was somewhat of a public figure, so definitely Googleable. As he began the reading, he told me that a short, chubby woman with red hair was there, and she just kept saying, Ethel, Ethel.
The fuck?
My grandma was a short, chubby woman with red hair that looked just like Ethel Merman.
Yeah.
A bit further into the reading, the medium said, There's a man with Ethel, and he has a message for you. He wants you to tell Ruth that he loves her. Little did the medium know that my mom and dad had been married for 35 years when my dad died, and they were the most madly in love people I had ever met, or that my mom's middle name is Ruth, and he always called her Ruthie.
Oh.
And he was the only one that called her that. Everyone else called her by her first name.
At first, I thought you were just going to say her name was Ruth, and I was like, that's also Googleable. But her middle name, that only he called her, that's weird.
Yeah, that is weird. I was shocked. With the hairs on my neck already standing on the end, the medium said, There's more. He wants you to tell her that she can get rid of his neckties now. Does that make sense? And I was stunned. I responded, yes. Even though it's been quite some time since he died, she hasn't been able to bring herself to get rid of his clothes yet.
Oh.
I called my mom after the reading and told her what the medium had said about my father, supposedly saying he loved her. She was crying when I said, Oh, and you still haven't gotten rid of his clothes, have you? She said, Well, actually, I didn't tell you, but I finally cleaned out his closet and took everything to Goodwill 2 weeks ago. I said, That's so weird. The medium had said Dad said you could get rid of his neckties now. It was time. My mom began to cry even harder and said, The only thing that I kept was his neckties. They're still in his closet.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. There's no way the medium could have known that. I didn't even know that. For Christmas that year, my mom gave my 2 brothers and me quilts made out of his neckties.
Oh.
I'm like,
cute.
Yeah.
In an extremely depressing way. That's creepy.
Right? But
I
it's
guess like wholesome, but like still creepy.
I think it's just creepy because we're not used to that.
I'd want to talk to a medium, but I don't have. I mean, I don't want to jinx myself on this. I don't have anyone I was that close to that's like died. So I'm like, I wonder who they would try to say is trying to communicate with me. They'd be like, no one wants to talk. It's really weird. This has never happened before. I like that story. It was nice. My story is a little graphic. Brandy's just sipping coffee like a meme right now. As I say that, your eyes were like, well.
I was like, oh.
So I was looking up real psychics and I came upon like detective psychics.
Oh.
So I can't let us go a week without some true crime apparently. So this story has to do with a little bit of true crime and it's a little graphic. So just a warning, everyone. So I'll talk about Etta Smith. Since she was a child in the 1950s, Etta Smith had always had weird feelings about future events, but she didn't recognize that these feelings were psychic abilities until she was an adult. In December of 1980, 32-year-old Etta was working at an aerospace facility when she heard about a nurse named Melanie. Oh, I didn't Google how to say her last name. I'll say Uribe. It's Uribe. Or Uribe. Or I'll just say Uribe. That sounds more like a last name to me. I don't know. But she heard about a nurse named Melanie Irby who had gone missing. Melanie Irby was a 31-year-old divorced single mother of one who lived in Los Angeles. On the night of December 15th, 1980, Melanie was scheduled to work a shift at Pacoima, I guess I've never said that out loud either, hospital, but she never arrived. Her boss called her home but received no answer. She'd always had a reputation of being very reliable and a punctual employee, so this was like a huge red flag, and the police were called immediately. The next morning, police found Melanie's pickup truck, which had been deliberately burned along with her nurse's uniform. It was on December 17th, 2 days after Melanie went missing, that Etta had her vision. Etta had been listening to the radio as they discussed the missing woman and spoke about police searching houses to try and find her, when she suddenly had a thought come to her that she's not in a house. What followed was a vision so vivid that Etta said it was like a movie. She claims to have seen a canyon with a curving road, shrubbery, hills in the background, and a dirt trail leading to something white, which she believed to be the location of Melanie's body. Etta felt so sure of this vision that she actually left work early to go and tell police what she had seen. She spoke with a detective, Lee Ryan, who, despite feeling skeptical, acknowledged that Etta had a credible background and promised that he'd look into it. And also, using a map, Etta pointed out the area where she believed the body would be found, which was a remote canyon area of Angeles National Forest. After speaking to the police, Etta couldn't shake the feeling that Melanie was really in the canyon, dead or alive, and she was afraid that the police weren't going to take her seriously. So she decided to go look for herself with a few members of her family, including 2 of her children and a 20-year-old niece who had been visiting. And I don't know why she took her kids. No adults were available.
Maybe she didn't have a babysitter.
True, right? She's like, come on, kids, let's go look for this missing person. Well, heading up towards the top of the canyon, Etta felt what she described as a trauma that she believed to be Melanie's presence. In her mind, this confirmed her feeling that the missing nurse was in the canyon. Finding nothing at the top, they continued back towards the bottom again, and as she passed fresh tire tracks, she once again felt this same trauma and knew that whoever had left those tracks was involved in Melanie's disappearance. As they headed down even farther still, Etta's 8-year-old daughter told them to stop when she noticed things strange in the brush. So literally, children, man.
Sheesh.
I know. Upon closer inspection, Etta discovered what her daughter had seen: the nude body of a deceased woman wearing nursing shoes. And I'm like, oh, why'd you take your kids? Your kids are like, that looks weird, and it was literally a dead body. Oh, God. I hope that they were, stayed in the car when she walked up. Holy shit. She described the scenery around the body as being exactly what she had seen in her vision. A forest ranger and police were informed of her findings, and the body was removed from the canyon the following morning. After an autopsy, it was confirmed that the body did indeed belong to Melanie, who had been robbed, stripped of her clothing, raped, and beaten to death. Rather than being thankful for Etta's help in finding the missing woman's body, police were instead suspicious of her, as they couldn't comprehend how someone could so accurately guess where a murder victim's body was if they themselves had not been somehow involved. The night after Etta's discovery, she was arrested on suspicion of the murder of Melanie. Etta was interrogated for several hours and took a polygraph test, which, according to one article, she actually passed, but police lied and told her that she'd failed it, claiming that she was trying to be deceptive and had been trying to control her breathing. Which, like, if I was getting a lie detector test, I would try to control my breathing because I wouldn't want to be freaking out and make it fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
It was the detective's belief that if Etta hadn't been directly responsible for the murder, then she likely had heard where the body was left from someone else who was involved and had found the body herself for financial gain. Which, side note, I don't think she got any money. I don't think that there was like a reward out yet. Maybe there was, but I didn't see any mention of it. Etta described the arrest as a humiliating experience, saying how she had been subjected to a strip search, left in a cell barefoot, and wasn't given anything to eat or drink for 24 hours.
Damn.
Yeah. She said she felt like a caged animal. All of this because she tried to do the right thing and find a missing woman. Like, fucking crazy. I was telling Robert about it too, because I was like, dang, she helped find a body and they repaid her by arresting her for a murder. And he was like, that's why you don't try to help the police. And I was like, big fucking true. So Etta's arrest itself, at least to me, didn't even really make sense because according to sources I read, there had actually been a witness to Melanie's abduction. The witness had called police the night of her disappearance and told them how they had seen a woman in a pickup truck stopped at a red light when two men forced their way into her car. Which also, new fucking fear. I never want to stop at a red light ever again. Scary. They repeatedly heard the woman scream for help, but one of the men got control of the vehicle and drove off. There was no mention of another woman being at the scene. After spending 4 days in jail, Etta was released when new suspects with no connection to her at all were arrested. She said that she left the police station feeling stripped bare as a human being and that she received no apology, no thank you, just open the door and goodbye.
Damn.
Fucking assholes, dude. According to reports, 3 young men, 21-year-old Spencer Nelson, 20-year-old Lewis Morgan, and an unnamed 17-year-old had been the ones to murder the single mother.
God damn.
Can you imagine? Just like a teenager and people barely not teenagers? Like, what the fuck, dude? So the 3 were arrested after a witness came forward and told police that one of the men had been bragging to people in his neighborhood about the rape and murder. Many of these people were too scared to actually go forward with information themselves, lest they also be killed. But thankfully, this one person did. Once the first suspect was in custody, they spoke to police and led them to the other 2 suspects. The trio confessed to the crimes, saying that they had abducted Melanie at a red light, drove her 15 miles north into a canyon. I'm so sorry. They robbed her, raped her, and then beat her to death with a large rock as she begged for her life.
God.
Mm-hmm. All 3 were eventually charged, convicted, and sent to prison for sentences of up to life. Which I didn't know that was a sentence. Up to life.
Up to life.
That's what they all said. I mean, it was in like 1980, so I don't know. Very old articles I was reading. Which, it was kind of insane to me that they thought that Etta did all of this or something. I'm like...
By herself?
By herself. And their other theory that she heard it from someone else just sounded like very sexist to me, honestly, because they were like, oh, she probably heard like gossip from someone else. And I'm like, bro, she probably has better things to be doing than just gossiping about murders.
Yeah.
I know. And she'd hear that and go find the body herself with her child. I'm like, I don't think she'd want to traumatize her kid if she knew for sure that there'd be a dead body. But several years after Etta's brief stint in the Los Angeles jail, she sued the LAPD for an experience that had caused her emotional distress over the years, and which her lawyer said was the ultimate nightmare for a civic-minded person. Which, fair. Can you imagine going to report saying to, like, help, and there's like, you're under arrest for murder.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's fucking scary. I get why no one would want to go forward. She eventually won her lawsuit, but of the $750,000 requested by her lawyer, she was only awarded $26,184. $25,000 for pain and suffering, and $1,184 for lost wages and attorney fees. According to one source, the jury didn't think that there actually was enough evidence of Etta suffering as a result of her being wrongfully arrested, but most of them did believe that she had the psychic vision, and they felt that she should be rewarded with the equivalent to 1 year's salary, which was around $25,000. Etta herself was just happy to be over with the ordeal, saying, "I'm just relieved that's over and that I've been vindicated in the public eye." I thought that was actually so interesting that they're like, well, you don't seem like you're suffering, but they believe that she was a psychic and had a vision. I was like, but you can't believe she was suffering? Like, okay, whatever. I mean, she got $25,000, so good for her.
Well, yeah, at least she got something.
Exactly, yeah. And weirdly, after this, I was not able to find like any information on Etta, just a vague statement on one single website saying she continues to help police solve cases to this day. And I was like, first of all, why? They literally arrested you. I mean, I would just call in anonymous tips and be like, hey, go here. I'm not telling you who I am because you're going to fucking arrest me for murder again. Yeah. And that is the story of Etta Smith.
Wow.
I read a couple about like different psychics who had like located bodies and stuff. But then whenever I was reading Etta's, I guess that there was like some guy, I didn't even read his name because he wasn't actually psychic. He was a liar and a murderer. But he said that he had a dream of where to find this missing girl's body, and he like went and found it, and it turned out that he'd been the one to kill her.
Damn.
Yeah. I was wondering that too. I was like, I wonder if anyone's ever said that they had a psychic vision and they were actually just a murderer. And I'm like,
and they have.
Yeah, and I'm like, how fucking stupid do you have to be if no one's even suspecting you to try to insert yourself and be like, hey, I had a vision. I'm like, you probably could have gone away with murder if you didn't try to like make it about you right now.
Yeah, that ass.
Stupid ass. I mean, I'm glad, but it is really stupid.
So
yeah. Ready for your second story?
Yeah. So This one is titled Team Romance.
Oh.
My mom is very big into psychics and had read tarot cards since I was a baby. When I was in high school, she had a psychic over to the house, and the psychic told us I would break up with my then boyfriend of a year. She was 16 at the time.
Okay, well, I mean, if you're 16, that's not the craziest guess.
Yeah. But she said that the person I was meant to be with would pop up around the time I would be going to college.
Okay.
Naturally, I was devastated as a teen would be to hear that they aren't going to make it with their first love. I broke up with my high school boyfriend at the end of my senior year of high school and started dating someone I had been friends with soon after. We married 7 years later.
Oh, damn.
It's like,
okay.
So she was right.
But they did meet before college. Oh, wait, she didn't say meet, huh? She said that you'll start dating around then. Okay, never mind. I was like, she's a fraud.
But yeah, I also have some tips of when you're trying to find a psychic or medium, but I could say it after your second story.
It's okay. You can say it now.
Okay.
Because I'm interested.
So yeah. So some tips, they like on the website or the article I found, they did say like, just be careful because there are a lot of scammers that be like making shit up.
Yeah.
But they said there's like 3 tips. But the first tip is word of mouth recommendations. They say, you know, obviously someone that has been with them.
I don't know anyone who's been to a psychic, so
yeah, me either.
That's not good for me.
It says online reviews is another good way to like find, because you know people do post like their experiences and stuff.
True.
They also say to check the price, because they say more expensive options don't always mean you're getting a better reading. They say that readers' prices depend on their experience and what they're being asked to do. Which
so
makes sense.
Probably do like a medium price area.
Yeah.
Not too cheap, not too expensive.
Yeah. But yeah, some tips.
I want to go to a psychic. But also, what if they're like, you're gonna die soon, motherfucker? I'd be like, well, I'll just tell them straight up whenever I get there. I'm like, don't tell me if anything bad's gonna happen, because I don't need that stress in my life.
Low.
Keep it to yourself.
Well, I actually was reading about some stories that of people that have gone to a psychic, and then sometimes they feel like they're not right because since you know this already, you kind of make other decisions. Like,
That's
you know what
okay.
I mean?
I was thinking that with your story about the teen romance, her saying that her and her boyfriend are gonna break up in a year. I was like, even if she's like so in love with her boyfriend, I'm like, that would weigh on you, just subconsciously thinking like, oh man, I need to be keeping an eye out for reasons to break up with you.
Yeah, but I did read that. That's why sometimes, like, it's hard too to verify it because since you know, they kind of like you probably change your you make certain
mindset.
decisions that might change it.
So maybe I don't want to go to a psychic. Maybe I want to go to a medium. I don't know who the fuck they'd contact for me.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool, or like a palm reader, or
we should go do that sometime, Brandy.
Fortune teller.
We should do all of it. We could post it on Instagram. That'd be cool. Be like, when's our podcast gonna take off? They're gonna be like, never.
And then we're gonna quit.
And no, I think it's fun still. But I was telling my sister's friend about my older sister during her bachelorette party. And her friend was like, oh, I heard you have a podcast. You guys have like a lot of listeners. And I was like, no, we don't. But it's still fun.
Not yet.
We have some, so I'll fucking take it. I think it's amazing if you think about even one person we don't know actually listening to it. I'm like, whoa.
I appreciate that one person.
I do. There's a few people who we don't know that I'm like, you guys are wild. Thank you.
Yeah, like how we still randomly get like new followers on Instagram. I'm like, yo, that's cool.
I'm like, oh my god, that's me that you guys are following.
Yeah, sort of.
Half of me. Wait, that makes it sound like I am half you. We are one person. Branchell. There we go. What a good name. Hey, that's a good name for whenever you choose one, Brandy.
I thought about just going by brand for now until I decide on a name. Yeah.
I mean, that works. You could always test out new names on the podcast if you want. I was going to ask. I was thinking about this earlier. And obviously don't say any names if you don't want. But have you had Alaris like test out any names?
No, I've asked her to, but she forgets.
Dang. Are you going to divorce her for that?
Yep. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. That's so funny. You're like, try this out. And she's like, okay. Just fucking forgets about it.
No, I mean, she's literally... I call her my little kelp cake.
Why?
From Finding Dory.
Oh, because she's forgetful.
Yeah, she's super forgetful. But so am I, to be honest, so...
I am as well. And whenever you do choose a new name, I might fuck up a few times, but I will do my best.
But as long as you try.
Yes.
I mean, my sisters are the ones that... My little sister, she always calls me Aiden.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, is that one of the options?
That is one of the options.
Are we gonna have an Instagram poll in the Spooky Shit account to choose your new name, Brent? You're like,
hey,
no.
That's not a bad idea.
We like choose the new name.
Choose a new name.
Oh my god, that's fucking funny. I was thinking that earlier, and I was like, I wonder if you will choose a really new name, or you'll do like Brandon or Bran or something.
No, I don't want so Brandon for sure.
Not Brandon. Why? Sure. Wait. Whoa, for sure not Brandon. You have something against Brandon?
No, I don't. It's too close.
It is very close. Do you think that Bran would be weird for you because it's like not different enough as well?
Yeah, kind of. That's why I'm like, I do say I did shorten it to Bran, like when I do talk to some people. Mm-hmm. Just because I feel like it's more like neutral.
It's very neutral. That's why, weirdly, that's why I call you Brandel. As soon as you came out, I was like, well, now Brandy just sounds kind of weird.
Yeah.
I say it when I'm talking about you to other people or on the podcast, but I'm like, it's Brandel, the masculine name, Brand. Good name.
Well, and I also have a cousin named Brandon, and it's just like, already.
Oh, you don't want to copy?
Yeah. It's already kind of like when they call us. Well, because we have a cousin. He's actually the one that gave us the name Bran.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he calls us both Bran, so we're like...
You're like, who are you talking to?
But I feel like I kind of embraced it more than my cousin.
Yeah, I've heard people call you it. I think I got Brandel from Robert because Robert just says stupid names all the time.
Yeah, I think he did. But
yeah,
but yeah, I mean, I like Bran. But
Brandon's cool.
But I don't know
It's
if I
not-
want that as my name.
I was like, it's not the most masculine name.
Yeah, no. It's
just
it
like a
sounds
nickname.
Like a nickname, yeah.
It's just a nick. Your birth name, Bran.
Nah, I'm not down for that.
All right, well,
But that's the thing that I struggle with. Like, I don't know if I want to like have a completely different like initial.
That's true. That could be weird.
If I
like
want
getting
like
used
the
to
same
it.
name, yeah.
I mean, you would get used to it eventually if you did.
True.
I'm excited for whenever you choose a name.
Yeah.
And then whenever we do the podcast, I'm gonna be like, and
I'm just a very indecisive person, you know? Like, I do have a list of names, but I guess it's, I don't know if I want to, like, keep my initials, because I know that's kind of common.
Yeah.
People are like, I just want to keep my same initials, which is like, you don't have to, you know? You could completely change your name, but I don't know if I want to, because I don't want to make it hard for people to get used to it, too. Like, if it's completely different.
I know what you mean, but also it's you. You can do whatever the fuck you want, and we'll just deal with it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I think about it too much.
It reminds me of like you saying the other day, you're like, oh, it's okay. Like if you're talking like your aunt or something, you're like, it's okay if you say mijo or mija. And I'm like, Brandy, just be straight up. You have a preference.
You're right.
One is true and one is false. You're too nice.
Tells me the same thing.
You're being too nice. I would just tell people like, nope, it's this.
yeah.
There's like someone
that type of person. Like
you are.
I'm just like okay.
There's someone who's like on our stream too, who's like non-binary, and I was like saying dude, and we're like trying not to say dude as much anyway. And I was like, oh yeah, sorry, I'm trying to think of a more gender neutral one. And they're like, oh, it's fine. I don't like asking people to stop doing it because blah blah blah. I don't want to seem like it's a big deal. And I was like, honestly, if I were you, I'd just be like, hey, don't say that shit. Like, I don't care. I'll just be a dick. I don't mind. I say that, but then if I really was, I'd probably be like, it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not in my nature.
It's not in your nature at all.
I'm not a very confrontational person.
I mean, I've gotten that impression.
I just take the blows. I'm like, whatever.
It's fine.
Yeah.
You'll just like legally change your name, and if someone's like transphobic and being a dick and calls you Brandy, you'll be like, it's okay.
Yeah. That is.
Oh no.
It's hilarious.
I'll beat them up for you.
It's hilarious is the one that gets mad, and she's like, the fuck? Like, she's right after because she heard me say that to
like, the mijo mija thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was like, bro, why you? She literally was like, bro, why you always say that? Like, come on, babe. Like, just
you clearly have a preference. It is awkward, though, I imagine. Because some people could be, like, rude about it and not, like, listen.
Yeah.
And then it could be a whole thing. But I don't think you should feel bad telling people, no, I'm a guy. Like, I'm not mija. That's not... very inaccurate.
Do I look like a mija? No.
Yeah, fuck no.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how we got off on this tangent. How the fuck did that?
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's making
that's why I do like the name like Brayden.
Oh, Brayden's cool. I like Brayden.
Because it kind of has like all the same letters as my name.
It does. It's just like switched up a bit.
It's just like one more letter. I think an E.
Oh, I like it. You're like, don't even know for sure. I think an E.
No, yeah. So it's just my name rearranged. But I don't know.
Brayden's cool. Yeah, how many names are on your list? You don't have to say them all, but I'm curious.
I don't know how many. Let me see.
Like a lot? Oh, wow, the list is right with you currently. The list is already pulled up, everyone. It's actually just your lock screen is a list of potential names.
21.
Damn, you were counting for so long. I was like, oh my god, how many names?
It's just because I see names and I'm like, oh, I like that one, so I added to the list.
I mean, you're lucky you get to choose a new name, so it's like a lot of pressure for it to be a good name. It seems really hard. I'm excited to see what you choose, though. There's always Michelle. I just need to put that out there again. It's very French, very in. Could be cool.
What about Sam?
Sam's like, I have a grandpa Sam, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, Sam's a grandpa name, but it's actually not. Sam's actually a good name. It's very gender neutral though, so I don't know if you want gender neutral more
I don't know
or
either. Well, my
more
mom
like...
was gonna name me Samantha, which I
It
don't
is
think I would.
so jarring to hear you say that. I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, I obviously wouldn't go by Samantha. I'll just call
Oh,
me
fuck
Sam,
no.
bro.
I feel like even as a kid, maybe before you even realize that you're actually what you'd be like, this isn't right.
Or I thought of Adrian, which is
Oh, I like
my
Adrian.
mom's name. But I'm like kind of thinking, I'm
Oh.
like, maybe I should save it for my kid.
Ooh, that'd be cute. Your mom's name's Adrian?
It's Adriana.
Adriana. Oh, I like that for you or for a potential child in the future. That's a cool one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, her first name's actually Sophia, but she goes by her middle name because I don't
She
know
doesn't
how
like
this
Sophia?
happened or why, but my grandma is also Sophia.
Oh, wow.
So
you guys are like passing out names in a weird order here.
yeah. My mom hates it though, that's why she goes by her middle name.
She hates her own mom's name.
No, not like she hates her. She's just like, why, mom? Why did you like give me your same name?
Yeah, I wouldn't want that either. My mom gave me the same middle name as her. My middle name's Suzanne. It's like weirdly southern. I don't like it much. Suzanne. I'm like, all right, what the fuck?
Michelle Suzanne.
Yeah, it's weird. I have a long ass name.
Really?
I won't say my last name on the recording. They're all like 7 to 8 letters.
That's true.
And I'm like, dang, you guys were taking no breaks there.
Mine's just 2 names.
Do you not have a middle name?
Mm-mm.
Oh, dang. Why didn't your mom give you a middle name?
I don't know.
I think it's funny because she literally goes by her middle name.
Yeah.
But didn't give you a middle name.
No, literally, I think I've talked about it before. All my siblings have middle names too. I was the only one.
I think you did say that. And I'm like, is your mom out to get you? Like, what the fuck?
No, I think it was more my dad. My dad's actually the one that wanted to name me Brandy, and like they kind of fought about it. Because they couldn't agree on a name up until I was like literally born.
Oh shit.
And he was the one that was like Brandy, and she was like, fine, whatever, like I don't care.
And now you're an adult and you're like, I'm changing it, Dad.
Yeah. I mean, if I was a boy, well, I am a boy, but if I was born a boy, yeah, I would have obviously been my dad's name.
Oh, you were gonna be named after him?
Because my dad always said, my first boy is gonna be Victor.
Dang, so your brother Victor is gonna have to legally change his name, so now you can become Victor, right? And fulfill the prophecy.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, if only I would have been.
That would have been cool. I like that name.
I know.
Well,
but that's my brother's name. So
you'll just have to get your brother to change his name. It's not that big of a deal.
I know. I've tried asking my dad too. I'm like, Dad, like if you had to choose another.
Does your dad? Does he know that you're trans?
Mm-hmm. I told him.
Okay. And does he have any name suggestions?
No, he didn't like answer my question.
Oh, well, he already had Victor, and that was the only one he had.
Yeah, and then my mom chose his middle name, which is Vicente.
Vicente?
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. I like that name.
Vincent. I was like, can I take your middle name?
Cooler, though. The way that you say it sounds cooler.
Vicente.
Yeah, it's fancy.
But yeah. And that's the thing that I kind of like... That's another reason I kind of like am iffy too. Like I don't know if I want like a Spanish name or like, you know,
true
Spanish. So that's kind of where I'm like, I
don't know. That seems like it'd be such a hard commitment trying to choose one. Because I feel like as soon as I choose one, I'm very indecisive. I'd be like, I want to change it again.
Yeah, I'm just so indecisive too. That's why I'm like, I don't know.
Just keep changing it. Just have a million nicknames. 21 nicknames. It's all of those names. Choose one to go on your driver's license, and just whatever you're feeling that day is what we'll call you. Yeah. If I could choose my own name, I don't think I would have chosen Michelle. I have a very basic name, but that's fine.
What would you have chosen?
I don't even know. I remember being a kid and being like, oh, I wish my name was Britney, because Britney Spears. And now I'm like, no, I don't. But I don't know. I'd want to choose a different name. I'd want like a gender neutral name, probably. I think gender neutral names are cool. But like my sisters are literally Renee, Cherie, and Leah, which are all unique names. And they're like Michelle. And then my older brother, Chris. And then my little brothers, Josh and Luke. I'm like, all right, why did we get like the most fucking basic names in the
They all
world?
have short names too, and yours is long as hell.
Yeah, well, Chris and Josh are Christopher and Joshua.
Oh, okay.
But I know, my name is so fucking long. My middle name's long, and I'm like, what is up with this? I don't get it. So don't choose a mega long name, because whenever you're filling out forms in those little squares, it's really annoying.
Can't relate.
I know. Maybe someday.
Yeah,
are you gonna choose?
maybe.
Wait, are you gonna
Choose
give
a long
yourself a
name?
middle? Are you gonna get a middle name?
I don't know. I've thought about it.
You could add a middle name. You could just do that whenever. I could just add a second middle name if I want.
You're right.
I'm not gonna, but
You're
that's
right.
so
I totally can.
weird. I'm so
I don't
excited
know,
for you
though.
to choose one. It's
know.
like naming a baby, but worse.
Yeah.
That's exciting though.
I mean, we know our kids. Our kids' name are supposed to be Aiden and Adeline.
Oh, I like those. You guys want 2 kids?
Yeah,
So
at least.
when you guys gonna be popping out some babies?
If it were up to me now, but
Oh yeah, I was like, wait, you want babies right now?
I do.
That's
But-
crazy.
Alaris wants me to like get top surgery, just like make sure I'm set before we even like start that.
True, it's gonna be expensive probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard that kids are expensive, so
So
there's a rumor going around.
There's a rumor.
That's gonna be fucking weird when you're a dad, Brandy.
I'm excited for it though.
Oh my god, you're crazy. Is your kid gonna be on the podcast?
Yeah, you'll hear him screaming in the background.
Like, ah!
Ah.
Oh, that's so weird. I'm acting like Alaris is pregnant right now. I'm like, oh my god. Probably a couple years away. You wish. You're fucking wild.
I know.
You guys got married when you were like 12 or something. Then you're 15 now.
Dramatic.
You're ready for a baby.
Traumatic as hell.
So get your top surgery so then she'll have a baby.
I know. I need
You're
to
like, all right,
do that
scheduled
shit.
immediately. Okay. I still have another story to say. We got off the rails here.
Oh yeah.
I hope
Go
that you
ahead,
all
sorry.
enjoyed these little very personal stories.
Get to know me.
Anyway, I know. Get to know, and then insert name here. We'll choose eventually. So I'm going to read a Reddit story by Bobcat Love. I was attending my brother's house party with my live-in boyfriend when my brother introduced me to his medium friend. I don't think he was actually introduced as a medium, but my brother said he had insight into the lives of others. The guy told me 3 things that I remember. I asked if I would get married and have kids. Dude said, you'll get married, but you won't have kids. He didn't elaborate on the kids thing, and I was surprised because I wanted kids. I asked if I'd be marrying my boyfriend, and he said, no, you will break up in the next year. Your boyfriend is very jealous of you. I asked about career success, and he said I'd have an investment opportunity in 2010. This was in 2005. He said if I took it, I'd become very rich. If I didn't take the opportunity, I would likely never be wealthy. He was correct about my boyfriend, who dumped me almost exactly a year later. I suppose there were aspects of my life of which he was jealous, but he never verbalized them. I did get married, and I learned 2 years ago I will likely never conceive a child naturally without IVF. Even with IVF, my chances are low, so my husband and I elected not to go through with it. I actually had a decent amount of money I could have invested in 2010, but nothing ever stood out to me, and I was too timid to invest in the stock market or anything. These days, the no kids thing sticks with me the most. The entire time I saw my fertility doctor, I thought about what the guy said to me at the party. I think it's mostly bullshit, but I wish he hadn't told me. That's my story. It gave me chills reading it. I was like, ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a very short one. It's weird the stories that give me chills versus the ones that don't. I'm like,
Yeah, I remember reading another
found a camp
one.
kids, and I'm like, oh.
Actually, I can probably pull it up real quick. It's not that long.
Okay, cool. I know mine was mega short. So many stories. I told Brandy this before, but I want to let all the listeners know. I was looking up Reddit medium stories and all the puns and jokes about like, medium, I ordered a large. I was like, I hate it here. The internet's the worst. This was one of the very few stories I could find.
Okay, yeah, here's the one that I saw. I was like, what?
Okay.
It's titled Identical Twins.
Mm.
10 years ago, my wife was single, living in South Beach, working for a record label thousands of miles away from her family in New York. After grieving the loss of her grandmother, finding out that her label was shuttering, and that she would soon be unemployed, she needed some answers. Hence, the psychic. The psychic stated the following: you will soon have a new career path, you will soon meet your life partner, and you will have twins.
Whoa.
Within 3 months, she moved back to New York to be near her family, got a job at Billboard magazine in advertising, which was a stepping stone into many other great opportunities. We actually met when she was interviewing for the Billboard job. I was an assistant at the time and was summoned to pick her up for the interview, where we struck up a conversation fast. We were dating 3 months after she was hired, and in the summer of 2014, we had identical twin daughters. We were not surprised when the doctor had told us.
Ah,
I was
that's so
like, what?
weird. Oh my god. I guess I don't want kids. So I was like, I'd be stressing if they told me I was going to have twins. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Shit.
Would you have twins, Brandy?
I mean, I wouldn't mind.
You're fucking wild. You're one of those people who's probably like, I was born to be a parent. And I'm like, whew, weird.
I mean, I do want a lot of kids, but theirs is only like, 2 max.
How many would you want?
At least 4. I think 4 is
Brittany,
a good number.
you're fucking insane. 4.
4.
4? And then at least 4. Are you kidding me? You're a psycho.
But she's
like,
nope, just 2.
I'm like, that's gonna destroy Alaris. Having 4 kids, holy shit.
We can adopt.
You can adopt. But mentally exhausting. You're wild. That's like my dad with his 7 kids. I'm like, bro, that's your dream.
Yeah.
You'll just have your own little like baseball team.
Exactly.
You guys can start a band. You could start your own podcast. That's fucking funny.
I don't know. I just like the thought of having a big family, you know?
Yeah. Well, you have like a big family right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
why I'm the oldest of 4.
Oh, yeah. I feel like it is the oldest siblings who like go on to have the biggest families, weirdly.
That's
like my sister went and had 3 kids. I was the 4th kid, so I was like, none for me. I don't need this shit.
You're like,
I've seen it too much. Yeah, they moved out whenever I was little and was probably nice and cute. But being around Leah when we were both teenagers, I was like, fuck no. No. Do you have anything else to add to the episode, Brandel?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, well, we told some medium stories. We also told a lot of personal things. Brandy and Alaris will be having a truckload of children within a few years. And we'll be having the babies be guest hosts on the podcast.
Goo goo gaga.
Goo goo gaga. And I'm like, I have chills right now. All right. Well, thank you all for listening. If you want to email us any of your stories, if any of you have been to a psychic or a medium, definitely email us. It's thespookyshit.pod@gmail.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are spookyshit_pod, and our website is spookyshit-pod.com. Thank you all for listening, and we will talk to you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.